Hello, Gary Champion, Psychic Medium once again. Sometime recently, someone asked me a strange question and I answered it. I don't remember exactly what my answer was, but I jotted the question down because I thought it was, I believe I've talked about this before, but it's a question that keeps coming up. So I may be wrong. Maybe I've said nothing about it, but, and I'm not going to go digging through 300 videos to see if I did. The question was, is it possible for someone who's passed, their spirit, to enter the body of someone who's living and take it over? No. Short answer. Um, I think I was watching a zombie movie or something years ago, many years ago, or something where possession had taken place in the movie. And I was just sitting there in the dark watching the screen, and someone said, "This isn't possible. Only one spirit can occupy a body at a time, and it's not possible for them to push you out of, you're not a crab where you outgrow a shell, you move to another shell, or another crab can take your shell away from you. That happens in the sea all the time. It's not like that. Your spirit, and I'm hearing it as we're talking, your spirit's perfectly attuned to that body. It's been in there the longest. Um, it went in at conception. Went through the birthing process. It went to school. It's eating spaghetti. It's done all this time spent there. You just can't shake a tree and drop an apple every time. And my guys say it's just not possible that that spirit that's in that body was intended to be in that body, perfectly attuned to it, and not able to see if that it just doesn't make any sense. There's too many zombie movies out there where creatures from the dead, and they always have their arms out. And who would want to do that? Your arms get tired, but apparently zombies don't. In the early movies, they don't get tired. They can do that all day long. If it were possible, let's just take the other side of it. If it were possible, when I was 6, and I instantly became aware that I was a medium. I didn't know what a medium was, so I was in really college, 1969. I sort of met one, but I didn't know what one was. And I think I was 19 or 20 years old when I first actually met a medium. One who wasn't fake like most of them are. And it was interesting. But when I was 6 and just barely able to do anything, couldn't tie my shoes or anything, wouldn't that have been the time to take over my body? When you're kind of weak and don't know what you're doing. I've always been a goofy person, so that would have been the ideal time to do it. That you don't see any kids walking around with glazed over kind of eyes saying things that don't make sense. It's not a possibility. It's not within the realm of possibility. Physically, mentally, psychologically, spiritually, it just doesn't happen. Um, One spirit cannot take over the body of another, nor would they wish to. And it also goes to the idea of evil spirits that people keep telling me about. I occasionally get a phone call. Evil spirits are in their house. There's a cloud over their head, and all the spirits I've ever talked to, and it usually turns out to be their mother, their father, or their nephew who just recently passed. It's not. It's not what they think it is. They always see things in a negative way instead of a positive way. You know, I need to conclude that that's what they're saying. It's good enough that spirit that's born in the body is the one that stays in there. Movies are just silly. They're meant to scare you, give you a good value for your money. You go home talking about it and thinking about it. But when you begin to think that it's possible, you've crossed a line. Nope. Someone whose past cannot take over your body, and and channeling, you can put that in the same category. I've heard people say, I channel this and I channel that. No, you don't. Most of them are making it up. And they go into a, I am now the Maharishi Blueface, and I'm going to tell you some things from the other. You know, it's too fakey and not real. Don't, real mediums know that spirits don't inhabit bodies they don't belong in and can't do it and wouldn't do it for any, I mean, what would be the point? Get their hands on that new special ice cream that just came out. Okay, that's enough of this silliness. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.